Los Angeles, California. New York City, New York. Memphis, Tennessee. Seattle, Washington. Omaha, Nebraska.
What?
All right. To be fair, Omaha is not the first place you think of when you think of great music. But let me tell you something. The Omaha area is crawling with fantastic musicians. You can walk into any club, any night of the week, and hear some amazing musicians that you've never heard of. And neither has anyone else. You know, we're all about bringing you the finest original musicians in their natural habitats. I'm your host, Moose Epperson. Please join me as we check out some more great music that's just lost in Omaha. Michael Murphy. Thanks for joining us here on Lost in Omaha. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you very much. Obviously, you have low standards. Well, we're really glad to have you here today, Michael, and just want to ask you, how would you describe your musical style?
It's folk music. It's the Native American flute is my mother's and a little bit of my father's, but mostly my mother's Native American ancestry. Some folk music there. I play the guitar and the harmonica, which is some of that English and Irish and Scottish ancestry of my father's. After my father died, that became very important to me. My folk music, which I've been playing for so many years, and the piano is just something I picked up from a great aunt an aunt that taught piano lessons when I was a little kid, and I started playing it again. But I'm influenced by all kinds of people, but it's folk music.
Now, I notice you play the Native American style flute there. Are those Lakota flutes?
The Lakota is one tribe. This when Columbus came, they used to call this, and that was even a number that was short of the truth. The land of 500 nations. The Lakota is a band of the Sioux, and there's lots of Sioux nations. They don't all have flutes. Many of them have flutes. A lot of times they'll call it Native American flutes, Lakota flutes, love flutes, American Indian flutes. You go to a different part of the country, and they may call them Navajo flutes or something like that.
Well, how'd you get into playing the Native American style flutes?
My father passed away first, and that was about 28 years ago. And my folk music became a bigger part, more important to me because of my father's English and Irish roots. And then a year later, my mother passed away, and she was Scottish and Native American, and I just wanted to bring something to bring that because it meant so much for me right here with my father. And so I stumbled onto the flute, and I started making and playing the flutes. These flutes were made by somebody else. I get to help make a little bit. But I started making and playing the flutes, and it really it was such a gift because when I play the flute, I hear my mother sing. It keeps her with me, and so my parents are always with me in what I love to do and what I'm able to do, and it keeps me young, thinking that my parents are still with me and still helping me along. So that's a short story. Fell, but your spirit rose. You ran like hell till your legs grew weak. Lay down to die. The forest weep. The rivers cried. And death gave strength to the eagle's wings. There's nothing left. Bones remain, the broken arrow, the blood-stained snow, the frozen tear, the winter's cold. I'll still run to seek your truth. My legs grow weak, and I lay down to die. Will the forest weep? Will the rivers cry? The blood blood-stained snow. Walked the place you fell. Your spirit rose and you ran like hell. Your legs grew weak, you lay down to die. In the forest weep, the rivers cry. The forest weep, so did I.
Are there any particular artists in, specifically that have inspired you?
There's once you start listing names, you start eliminating people. I've been influenced by the classics, Beethoven, Bach, all that. Through the early days of rock and roll, obviously everybody says the Beatles, the great folk musicians, and the not so great folk musicians, and the famous and the not so famous, and I take, anytime I get to hear somebody, I become better because they teach me something. So all of them together, and that's kind of stuck there.
We're going to shift gears a little bit here.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you what you think Omaha can do to support the local original musician.
Well, it's obvious. Buy our CDs, hire us to play at things. When we're playing someplace, come out and support us. There's a lot of incredible talent, and everybody wants to know who's better than somebody else. And as long as we're doing our best, we shouldn't be competing. And so, but it's okay. When I listen to the radio, I don't hear myself. I don't hear anything like me. And so I understand I'm not really popular music, but I think I can fill a lot of venues, and it's just a matter of being aware of me and being aware of others, and figuring out who's best for whatever situation. But buy our CDs and support us when we're playing someplace, and if there's a tip jar out, throw some money in that. But hire us. It's an art that should be supported, because there's some gifts, and if somebody isn't any good, they don't need to be patronized. When you watch American Idol and you see some of these people that you wish somebody would have told them. But if you like what I do, or any of the artists that you have, contact them. We're not invisible. We're hungry. hate me, 'cause my skin's not your color. Don't hate me, 'cause I don't talk like you. Don't hate me, 'cause I've taken your jobs. I've not taken your jobs. It's just jobs that you wouldn't do. Don't blame me for your corporate abuses. It's not, my dear, the way that your business runs. I'm just like you. I'm just trying to feed my family, send my children to schools, and to buy them a home. If I had my way, I'd stayed in my homeland. My ancestral spirits, they're calling me home. But my village is poor, there's such high unemployment, and you need my labor. I just need what's fair. By the dark of the night, I came to your country, a man with a promise. He asked me to come. You need your food, and you want it so cheaply. Well, I'll give you cheap labor. I don't see the harm. The migrant farms and the meat packing houses, I know it's hard work, but I really don't mind. I work for your food, and I work for my children. I work for my wife, so that we might all eat. If I had my way, I'd stayed in my homeland. My ancestral spirits, they're calling me home. But my village is poor, there's such high unemployment, and you need my labor. I just need what's fair. Don't hate me, 'cause my skin's not your color. Don't hate me, 'cause I don't talk like you. Don't hate me, 'cause I've taken your jobs. I've not taken your jobs. It's just jobs that you wouldn't do. I've not taken your jobs. It's just jobs that you wouldn't do. I've not taken your jobs. It's just jobs that you wouldn't do.